Hey guys, you know, in the news nowadays, you're hearing a lot about police brutality and cops, keep killing people of color and unnecessarily using unnecessary force. I'm going to give you my opinion on it, but I'm going to give you some important tips as a motorcyclist and what you can do to help avoid having a real fucked up day like some of those guys had on TV, that you guys caught on your cameras and put it on YouTube showing where they, killed or, beat someone's ass. But first off, let me tell you, I'm going to give my opinion. First off, I respect police. They have a hard job, guys. I mean, seriously, if we didn't have police, a lot of us would have some real fucked up days, There'd be people going around raping people, raping kids, killing people, stealing shit. It would just be, like I told you guys in that video that I believe Earth is hell, you would really see the real hell that Earth could be. If we don't have police order, believe me, man, this place would turn into a shithole. So you better thank God that we have police officers. Now, are we going to have a few bad cops here and there? Yes. Just like we do with people. We got a few bad apples here and there. You're also going to have a few bad apples with cops. You can't say all the cops are racist or they're all want to beat people's ass. I've met some really awesome police officers. Almost every cop that has pulled me over was really cool. And you guys seen some of my videos where I got pulled over by the cops. The last one that I did where I trespassed through a ghost town here in Cleveland, which I'll include a link to that video in the info section of this video, by the way, so you can check it out if you haven't seen it already. But the police officer could have stuck me with a heavy fine. He could have gave me a ticket and I could have had to go to court and paid a lot of money in fines. But he was really cool, man. He let me go just as nice as he can be, So, and I had another guy that pulled me over and he wanted to make sure that my bike wasn't stolen because on the registration it showed my bike as being red and black because that was the original color of this bike. And now they see it as white, so they just want to make sure it wasn't stolen. And I was in Cleveland. Cleveland's kind of a, especially in the inner city part, is a shady part of town. So I'm very grateful that he pulled me over and made sure that my bike wasn't stolen, Because, had somebody had their bike stolen, they would have really appreciated, if they pulled somebody over that had stolen their bike. So give the kudos to the cops, guys. I mean, we got to, like I said, there's bad apples with everything. You got bad doctors, bad nurses. There's nurses that have killed people. So you're going to say all nurses, are assholes or racist or whatever because one nurse killed a black woman or something? It's really media. The media trumps up all this shit, But I will tell you, the way they did Eric Garner, in New York, it was wrong. I don't believe they meant to really kill the guy, to be honest with you, but they did wrong and they should pay the price. He used excessive force. However, Eric Garner could have greatly helped the situation by putting his hands behind his back and saying, allowing them to arrest him. That could have possibly saved his life. Could have possibly. But that brings up my next point and some tips that I want to give you guys. For those of you that ride your bikes, out here and you get pulled over by the cops, be polite to cops, guys. If they want to put you under arrest, shut up and go under arrest. Get off your bike, put your hands behind your back, or get on the ground, whatever they tell you to do. Get in their car, because that's the only way that you're going to avoid having a real fucked up day. Okay? You have to understand, cops deal with a lot of dickheads and a lot of, crime, and it's a lot of real pieces of shit out here on the streets. And they don't, and you have to understand, when they deal with pieces of shit like that, it sets them up for they have a bad day. They have a real fucked up day. So they may take that bad day out on your ass and make you have a really fucked up day or have no more days left. because they'll stomp a mud hole in your ass. So comply with cops' orders, and that'll help save your life or help keep you from getting a real ass beat down, you know. And I'll tell you guys, for those of you that feel like you want to outrun a cop on your sport bike, don't do it. Don't even think about it, man, because cops, they can call a chopper on you and they'll have your ass apprehended, you know, before you even can think about anything. And you know, and you have, don't forget that you only have less than 5 gallons of gas in your tank. So if you're doing a high rate of speed and doing like 170, 180 miles per hour, man, your gas is going to go really fast. So all they have to do is just follow you and wait for the gas to burn out, and then you're screwed. You'll have a felony charge, you'll be put in prison, and you'll have a really fucked up day. So, you know, comply with cops' orders. If they pull you over, pull your ass over and let them do, you know, a lot of times they'll probably let you go. You know, there's a lot of cool cops. I'll tell you guys, here in Ohio, every cop that, almost like 90% of the cops that have, I only got pulled over a handful of times, mind you, but almost all of them except for one were riders. And they tell me about their bike or something, you know, talk about, you know, tell me how they love riding too. You know, one guy that pulled me over even told me the recommended Tail of the Dragon. But, you know, getting back to what's going on in the news, I do believe that police should be retrained. And, you know, because it's pretty bad. You know, they just killed a boy here, Tamir Rice, here in Ohio, here in Cleveland. He had a toy gun and he was going around just like kids do. You know, it looked like a real gun though. It was like an airsoft gun. Somebody called the police on him, and they called 911 and they said, you know, it's a kid waving a gun. It's probably fake. That's the key words. He said it's probably fake. The cop pulls up to the kid, and the kid goes, I guess they said he was going for the gun that he had, or I don't know what the true situation is, because I don't know if they even have it on film. But whatever it is, they shot that kid, and that was, in my opinion, unnecessary. The caller did say that the kid probably had a fake gun, so they should have approached it differently. They should have stood behind their police doors with their guns drawn and told him to drop their, you know, put his hands up. They didn't do that. They pulled up right next to him. I mean, they shot him without even thinking, and it was wrong. You know, was he racist? I don't know, man. You know, I'm not going to get into all of that. You know, but you have to understand, like I said, what these cops go through. You know, these cops deal with a lot of shit, and they have a split-second decision to make, and that's hard to do, guys. You know, it is really difficult to do, because if you make the wrong decision, it could be your life. But in my opinion, I wouldn't have handled it the way they did with the kid. Seriously, they could have handled it much differently. You know, you have to realize these are just a few isolated incidents. You know, this is not like pandemonium with cops just going around killing black people or people of color, you know, just for no reason. You know, so that's what the media tries to hype it up like that. You know, it's bullshit. The media drives, and then these sheeple out here that hear that, they go crazy, and they want to go down and tear down stores and shit and loot their own stores in their neighborhood and burn down their neighborhood. And then what do they end up with? A shitty neighborhood, a real fucked up shitty neighborhood, worse than it was before they burned it down. You know, which makes no sense. Why you want to tear up your own damn neighborhood, man? You know? So, you know, peaceful protesting is great. I think it's good, man, but keep it peaceful. You know, it's unnecessary to go around and vandalize and want to kill people or kill cops or anything. It's unnecessary. Seriously. You know? So, but hey guys, Tell me your thoughts on this. What do you think? You know, but you have to, as far as my recommendation of complying with cops' orders, that's, you know, that's just common sense. You know, but there's gonna be some hotheads out there that's not gonna listen, and they're gonna end up with having a real fucked up day or no days. You know, comply with the cops' orders. Don't be stupid. But that's all I have for you guys. So, until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Nice. Deuces.
Welcome to CycleCruza's Click to Go links. Just click on the pictures below to go to my recommended videos and my social media sites. Also, don't forget to visit my blog and store at CycleCruza.com. If you have any trouble clicking on these links, they are also provided in the info section of this video. Thank you and subscribe today.